Hometown hero and Padres pitcher Joe Musgrove cemented his legacy here in San Diego sports history after throwing the team's first no-hitter April 9th. However, that legacy includes the work Joe does with heroes across the nation by way of the Challenged Athletes Foundation. One who actually signed with the Padres, the actual team, for a day on Sunday. This is an exciting story, folks. Join us now to share their story of friendship and athleticism, Joe Musgrove and Landis Sims. Welcome to both of you guys.
How you doing?
I'm pretty excited to talk to both of you. I know you guys are getting together to watch the All-Star game. Before we get to what happened on Sunday, let's go back. Tell me how you two became friends, because I understand, Landis, you're not from San Diego.
No, from Southern Indiana. And we came out with my filmmaker, Eric Cochran, knew Joe from filming with him back in Houston, and had just kind of scheduled for us to come out in February and, you know, just get a couple workouts in and just try to improve my game a little bit before starting the high school season.
All right, so let's explain that to our viewers a little bit. There is a filmmaker that also worked with Joe Musgrove, and this filmmaker wants to do a story on you because why?
Well, because I was born missing my hands and feet, and my goal is really to play high school baseball and just play at the highest level I possibly can.
So when you get told you're going to go out to San Diego and meet with Joe Musgrove, what are your thoughts? I mean, are you thinking, is it another guy named Joe Musgrove, or is it the Joe Musgrove?
I mean, I'm thinking, you know, it's the Joe Musgrove, and I was just really hoping he would really be able to help me out with my game, and he was able to.
Probably wasn't as cool back then when it was before the no-hitter. It wasn't nearly as cool, but now it seems a little more special.
Oh, Joe, you're so humble. Yeah, you've been cool since the day you were born, I think. That's at least the way we look at it here in San Diego. So when you first met Landis, Joe, talk to me about what happened next, because I understand you guys have formed one fierce bond.
Yeah, so Eric kind of came to me with the idea of coming out to San Diego, and, you know, I mean, me and Eric spent, you know, years working and communicating and just talking and building a friendship, and I think he really liked my approach to the game and the mindset and stuff, and he thought that'd be really beneficial for, you know, for Landis. So he said, hey, I'm going to bring this kid out. I want you to just, you know, sit and talk with him, just see what you think and how you can help him in any way. And I think my expectations going into it were a lot different than how I felt when I came out of it and that day ended.
Tell me about that. What were your expectations going into it? Because you work with challenged athletes. I mean, this is something you do.
Right. And this is like all new to me too. Like coming back to San Diego and getting traded here kind of allowed the opportunity for me to work with the CIF, and they've been, you know, really good and involving me in these things. But when he came out, I had seen like very little video on Landis, and he was very young. He was a lot smaller. And then when he came out to San Diego, he's this big kid going into high school. I'm like, not at all what I was expecting. And seeing the way he moved and like how capable he was of doing the everyday things that a normal athlete can do, it was extremely surprising to me. And I think the approach I had going into it was going to be more so like it's going to maybe just be some light catch and trying to show him a few little things. But I mean, anything I gave him, he was picking up immediately, extremely coachable, was willing to try different things, and was open with communication. And it really didn't feel like I was working with a challenge athlete. It felt like I was just working out on the field with another ball player. And just seeing his approach and the mindset he had for the whole day, and, you know, not being tentative to try new things, and, you know, being able to put himself out there and take some risks, is just someone that I like being around. And I gave him my phone number at the end of the day, and I think the next day we ended up texting for the first time, and it's just been constant feedback back and forth between me and him over the last, 4 or 5 months. And I know he's helped me a lot. I maybe haven't, it hasn't seemed that way to him, but I think he's helped me just as much, if not more, as much as I've helped him. So
let's talk about that, because I'm hearing you say, here you see this heart of a champion who's having to overcome obstacles, and yet as a professional player, one of the best, you're not even seeing his struggles. So what are you learning from him?
Yeah, it's perseverance. It's like you said, it's that heart and the desire to want to be successful. And sometimes when you're in the game and you're around people that are all very successful and all very talented, you tend to lose a little bit of that. So it's a good reminder for me. And like I was telling somebody earlier, the conversations that we have are like constant reminders to me. The things that he's experiencing now and the things that he's going through are some of the same things that I was going through when I was his age. So being able to kind of relive those moments again and try to offer some advice that I wish I would have gotten when I was in his shoes is extremely helpful for me.
Wow. So Landis, you know, when your friends are asking you, what are you doing right now? You're just saying, oh, I'm texting Joe Musgrove. I know your goal was to make your high school team. So how did Joe have a role in that? And give us an update. Did you make the high school team?
I did make the high school team, and you know, Joe was kind of there to help me through some of the struggles that I had with coaching, and you know, and then also helping me with some mechanical issues that I was having. You know, helped me improve my game throughout the season.
Wow, and you improved not just to make your high school team, but I understand you actually signed with the Padres on Sunday. Tell me about that day.
Well, so really the plan was to show up and surprise Joe, and that's all I knew. But they had worked it out for me to sign the contract, so we were just kind of waiting around. And next thing I know, here comes the CEO of the Padres with the contract, and you know, it was crazy. And then you know, we did that, walked out of the field, and got ready to surprise Joe, and then showed him the contract. And I think he was just as stoked as I was.
Yeah, describe some of your feelings as you're watching this video, Joe. Seeing him out on the field with you.
Yeah, it's so cool. Seeing him in the jersey is really cool too. It's a special day. I mean, you know, getting a step foot on a major league field is not something a lot of people get to do, and an even smaller percentage of people get to, you know, say that they were signed to a major league contract. So it's very exciting for him. It's really exciting for me as well to say that we've been teammates now in the big leagues. Cool.
So great.
But I think there's a lot more good things to come for him, and this is kind of another, you know, step on the way up to you know, to building that confidence and you know, building that fire inside of him.
You know, if you've been working together for 4 or 5 months, your no-hitter was back in April. Could we make that link that maybe this work with Landis helped you pitch that no-hitter?
Very well could have been. Very well. Very well.
You know, I know the Padres are really behind Challenge to Athletes Foundation. They're very supportive, and I understand they've made a donation, something that has to do with you. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, that was really cool that they did that, actually. There was obviously the franchise has been around for a long time and never had a no-hitter in the entire history of the franchise. So I think there had been 8,206. I hope I'm not getting that wrong.
You got it right. You got it right.
I think it's 8,206 was the amount of games that were played before the no-hitter was thrown. So the Padres donated a check for $8,206 to the Challenge Athletes Fund in my honor, and did a little ceremony out on the field. And they gave me a big shadow box with the jersey from the game and the lineup card and some baseball signed by all the guys. But just a really cool thing that the Padres did for us and for Challenge Athletes Foundation.
No doubt. So tell me what's ahead for you guys tonight. You're together. You're going to watch the All-Star game?
Yeah, we got some pollo asada. We got tacos going downstairs. We got cold drinks. Got a house full of people and a brand new house. Actually, I just moved into this place, so it's somewhat of a housewarming party and All-Star game party. So
awesome.
Back to watching sports.
Yeah, I love it. With your buddy Landis, what's ahead for you? You're playing for your high school baseball team.
I mean, just kind of trying to enjoy high school and still try to just prep myself in the off season to get ready for, you know, next season and move on from there and just keep getting better and improving myself as a person.
Well, I know that the filmmaker is working. You've been filming for 7 years. It's called Just Watch Me. And when your film comes out, I'm inviting you back to KUSI. I'd like to talk about the story because I already said it. Joe Musgrove has cemented his legacy here in San Diego, but I think you are well on your way, and your legacy is going to be from Indiana, South Indiana, to San Diego. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time tonight. It's truly an inspirational story of friendship that goes way beyond the field.
Absolutely. Thanks for your time.
All right. Take care.